Okay, this is section 4.2. And what we're going to be doing is still writing equations, but we're not going to make it as easy for you, okay? We're still going to use our friend y is equal mx plus b. We're still going to use our equation of slope, which is y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1, okay? So we're going to use these, same process. Now, there is something called point slope form, and I want to just show it to you. Well, you know what? I'm going to show it to you on a sticky note, and then I'm going to take the sticky note away. Okay? So I just want you to sit back and I want you to listen for a second, because point slope form is something that I was exposed to, and is something that is still taught. But we have found it to be just one more equation that students just really don't need to memorize. X1 and Y1 is just a point on the line, okay? Hence the name point slope form. And then you have M, which is your slope. So if I give you the slope and I give you the point, so let's say that my point is 3, 6, and my slope is 2/3, you could write this equation just like this. It would be y minus 6 equals 2/3 times x minus 3. Unfortunately, you're not done. You would have to go through and distribute, and you'd have to move the 6 over. You know what? We have a way easier way to do it. So I just wanted you to know that that is a form that's there, but you already know this, okay? So why not use that, okay? So let me start out with, I'm going to kind of do, I don't know. I'm going to give you the slope, and I'm going to give you the intercept, which is what we've been doing. But then I'm going to slowly take those pieces away from you, okay? So before I told you that your slope is 4 and your y-intercept is 3, that was in section 4.1, and you said, well, Mrs. Bassett, that's easy. That's 4x plus 3, and you would be correct. All right, so why don't we do this? How about I'm going to give you a slope of 1/4, but I want you to run through the point -8,3. So here's the thing. You haven't been told what the y-intercept is. So unfortunately, we have to find it. Okay? Are you ready for this? This is not hard at all. In fact, this is your x and y points. So write down y is equal to mx plus b. Now I'm going to use my handy dandy colors that I always do. And I'm going to, my slope is m, right? Okay. My y value, or my x value is 8. That's going to go in here. My 3 value, that's my y. That's going to go in for the y. Okay? Are you ready? So 3 equals 1/4. Now, the m and the x are held together by multiplication. If you would feel better putting it in a parenthesis, you can certainly do that, plus b. Now, you'll see, what am I solving for? What's the only thing that I don't know? Right, it's the y-intercept. Okay, well, this is easy. So let's see. This would be 3. 1/4 times -8 is -2 plus b. Solve for b. Get b all by itself, please. Well, that's easy. I would add 2, and b is 5. I have my slope. Okay? And my y-intercept. See? In fact, I'll come up here and I'll make sure these are highlighted as well. Okay? So, pretty easy. When you're given a point and then you're given the slope, you can find it. All right, now you try one on your own. Are you ready? So I'm going to give you slope of -2, and I'm going to give you the points 3, -1. Okay, so now it's your turn to try. Are you ready? Y is equal to mx plus b. Well, my m is green, and that's that. Okay, you have your x, goes in for your x, and your y goes in for your y. All right, here we go. -1 equals -2 times 3 plus b. -1 equals -6 plus b. Get b all by itself. Add 6. I get 5 again. Huh, creepy. All right, finish it off. Who's my slope? -2. X. Who's my y-intercept? Plus 5. Done. Okay. All right. Well, how could you make this any more complicated? Well, it's not that hard to do to make it more. I just won't give you the slope. I'll make you find the slope. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you that, or put it on a graph if I wanted. All right. So my line goes through 1, 2, and 3, -2. Could you write the equation of the line given 2 points? You're like, sure I can. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm not given the slope, so I'm going to find it. x1, y1, x2, y2. And I'm going to follow my slope equation at the top. -2 minus 2 over 3 minus 1. Well, that's -4 over 2, which is a -2. That's my slope. Okay. Oop, if that's my slope, I'm going to put that in green. Okay. So y is equal to mx plus b. Okay. So the next question is, what do you use for your x and y? Well, pick one. Okay. I'm going to pick this one. Okay. So I'm going to put the 1 in for x, and I'm going to put the 2 in for y. It does not matter which point you use. Pick the easier one. I did this one because it doesn't have any negatives. So 2 equals -2 for my slope times 1 plus b. So 2 equals -2 plus b. Add 2, add 2. Thank goodness it wasn't 5. I get 4. Okay? So y equals -2x plus 4. Here's my and here's my 2. Okay, so that's the other way to make this more complicated, would be to give you 2 points and not have you being given the slope. How about if I do this? Okay, write a linear equation with values f of 4 equals -2 and f of 8 equals 4. Okay, that looks really confusing, doesn't it? Okay, so in fact, I'm going to kind of highlight this. That looks really, well, it doesn't have to be. In fact, why don't you go ahead and write those as ordered pairs? What did we replace the 4? Oh, that's the x. So 4, and this is the y. So that's just the 0.4 negative 2. Well, that didn't have to be so complicated. All right, so here you go. Are you given the slope? Well, no. x1, y1. x2, y2. All right, here we go. 4 minus a negative 2 over 8 minus 4. 2 negatives make a positive. So 6 over 4, which reduces to 3 halves, doesn't it? All right, better highlight that. Okay, that's my slope. All right, which point would you like to work with? I'm going to pick this one. Okay, I'm going to put the in for the x and this in for the y. All right, here we go. So 4 equals 3 halves times 8 plus b. I'm going to go back and highlight this just so you can see where these points are coming from. Again, you can pick either one. Make your life easy, though. Think about which one would be easier to work with. All right, well, what's 3 halves times 8? Well, that would be 12 plus b minus 12, and b is a negative 8. So my final answer is, what's my slope? Oh, yeah, 3 halves x minus 8. Here's my y-intercept. I tell you what, this is so much easier than point slope form. And that comes from a math teacher, okay? So I'm good on shortcuts. This is one of the best shortcuts that I've ever seen in the math classes that I've done, okay? All right, see you later, friends. Thanks.